everybody. Welcome back to another episode of the Space Tomatoes podcast.
So you decided to go with the intro this time.
Yeah, well, I'm going to leave our names off, see if people can guess.
You can flip the name tag, see if anybody notices.
Right, right. I don't think they don't show up after.
Oh, they don't?
Usually. I could add them back in. You think I should
Maybe.
do that? Yeah, just little Havok and LX on the screen.
I mean, for people that have bad memories, or maybe they.
Oh, I just told everyone who we are now, so now it's just.
Maybe people that imbibe on substances a little bit too much, and they're like, "Oh man, I forget that one dude's name." It's like really long. It's got the 2 letters, and I forget.
It's really long.
I don't know what happens.
Right. Oh man. So how's your week been?
It's okay, I guess. Did some things.
Yeah. You did things?
Some things.
Some things. We did some things too.
We started some starts for the our winter, it's in quotes, winter garden in Florida for whatever that is.
Summer in the rest of the United States. No, you guys actually do get cold.
A little bit, yeah. I mean, enough like for like 1 week, and then it kills all the tropical plants back to nothing, and then they got to regrow again. The bananas don't like it, that's for sure. Yeah. Or the Barbados cherry. That thing's died back like 3 times now. We only got fruit on it 1 time.
Oh man. Well, hey, then as long as it keeps coming back, then there's always the chance that a year is going to come along that's going to be favorable to it, and
maybe
poof, out comes cherry.
Maybe whether the return on investment's worth it, I don't know. It's kind of questionable.
Well, there you go. Yeah. Oh, the grapes we planted. So now we've got this cool thing going on right now. Is going down our driveway. There are grapes.
Really?
Yeah. Birds, I'm guessing, are the reason for this, but yeah. So now we have grapes that are just starting to spread naturally, which is pretty cool. They don't produce much, but hey, free grapes or.
So you don't have like the elevated like rows of them, and they're just on the ground.
They vine up on the trees.
All right.
Yeah.
Nice.
I should have taken pictures, but yeah, we were walking by and I'm like, what? Saw a grape on the ground. I'm like, how did a grape get all the way over here? And I looked up and I'm like, there's a cluster of grapes. What is going on? And I looked even more and there's more clusters. And I'm like, okay, so we have muscadine growing here now too. And then as we're walking down, there was another one and then another one on the other side. And I'm like, all right, so I guess birds are eating the grapes or have been. And, depositing new grapes.
Did you try any? Or those aren't really the eating kind?
Oh, you can eat them. Yeah, I've eaten a couple of them. Yeah, yeah. Most of them they're just now getting kind of ripe.
Oh, nice. We have these things called what are they called? The little purple berries, beauty berries. I don't know.
Beauty berries. Yeah,
they grow. They're native here. I've never tried them myself, but
they're supposed to be pretty good. I haven't had them myself either, but they're supposed to be. I know someone that likes to go collect them and make stuff.
Yeah, I heard you can make like jam and stuff like that. I've never done it, but we have some in the yard and they're almost ready, I guess.
Yeah, you could probably pick them and do what we do. We did, you mix them into stuff like your kefir. Even
maybe, maybe I should try that.
A little bit of juice them or just throw some in there and just a little extra pop, a little zing. I don't know. Just a thought.
Nice. Yeah, be
good.
We got the carrots planted. Hopefully they do all right. They're a little bit sensitive when they're little, I guess.
Yeah, it's still a little hit or miss, I guess, even for us, right? I mean, because you could get one of those 95 plus degree days, and the carrots don't like that at all. They think that's very terrible. I'm not going to live. I don't think so. So, Yeah, we need to get some more fall planting done. We've been doing a lot of stuff in the house, you know.
Okay.
Um, yeah, getting just stuff done, all kinds of stuff. Handyman duty, you
That's
know.
always fun.
Well, you know, hey, yeah. And today I need to get on that darn tractor and cut a bunch of brush and weeds and Johnson grass.
Ooh. Well, tractor's fun, right?
Yeah,
You just
yeah.
put
I
your
mean,
earbuds in, listen to some tunes, and
I put on a podcast or an audiobook
there you
typically,
go.
and just because it's hours. It's not like, oh, let me just quick do this. This is going to take 2.5, 3 hours, something like that.
Mm.
Yeah, yeah. The back pastures, it's got, it's not tiny. It's not huge, but it's not
Getting pretty
small.
tall there.
It's oh
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. There's bushes the horses can hide behind now.
Do the goats eat that stuff or
Okay.
no?
Yeah, they do. They eat a lot of it, but some of it we've kind of let it do
Yeah.
this, right? Because it's building up organic material. We're going to come back and you know put some seed down and then you know well brush hog, and then that'll start to decay, decompose, and then probably another couple weeks or so we'll go lay seed, throw some seed down.
I think the
Mm,
answer is just you need more goats.
mm, maybe, yeah, maybe. They do a pretty good job at what they normally. It's just that we've we've gotten a set of weeds that they don't seem to enjoy.
Mm. You got picky goats. You need
So,
less picky goats.
well, when there's enough variety, they can be picky. That's the whole thing. Once there's less variety, they don't really care what it is. They'll eat the bark off a tree. You
I'm
know.
sure they'd be more than happy to help you with the raspberries or the blackberries
Oh
and
yeah,
all that
sure.
stuff.
Yeah, they love that stuff. They love it. They love vining plants. At least that's kind of been my experience. Ours do. The more viney the plant is, the more they seem to enjoy it.
Can they eat
Really,
grapes? Because like dogs cannot, I guess.
I don't know. I don't know. I mean, they're pretty good though about they're pretty good about selecting stuff that they know that they're
All
okay to
right.
eat. Like we have this stuff called pokeweed, and while goats can eat it, and they do, like the young leaves maybe, it's a toxic
Oh, all
weed.
right.
You know what I mean? Yeah, but they'll avoid it for the most part because it's toxic. It probably doesn't taste very
Yeah,
good.
pokeweed sounds like something that's not like pleasant to handle either. I don't know.
Yeah, it's got these it pokes you. It's got
I figured it was something
spikes
like
on
that.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, the bummer though is it's got these really nice looking berries that come off of it, and it's just deceptively looks like something you could totally
Oh,
just
all
eat.
right.
Like, let me just grab this thing and I'm going to eat
Turkey.
it. It really does. Yeah, yeah, in a bad way too. Like, why would you want to kill someone? I mean, dude,
Mm.
if you're trying to protect yourself, then why are you looking so appetizing? Right?
Yeah, that's the way things are. I guess.
I guess. I don't know. I mean, it just seems interesting to me. Like, you're toxic for a reason. Like, don't eat me. But hey, look, I look so good.
Kind of like my wife. She looks
Reminds
good
me
but
of that
toxic.
apple.
No, I
Reminds
didn't.
me
I
of
didn't
that
say that.
apple story. Oh, jeez.
You can edit that part out or not. Whatever.
I've been doing less and less really kind of cutting things up or doing any of that and just letting it
That's
go.
good. You learn to let it go. It's easier on. It's easier on you.
Sometimes I still have to listen to it through because I want to make sure that sometimes we'll come across like areas where we'll have a I don't know 10
Mm.
seconds like just I don't know what we were
Like
doing.
the cog wheels are moving, but nothing's coming out. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's like, okay, well, let me just shorten that down to like a second or two, you know.
The uncomfortable
But
silence.
yeah, I've been a lot less aggressive with it. It feels more natural, I think, at the end of the day, for the
It
most
does.
part.
It does.
Mm.
For our listeners that we appreciate. Thank you. Thank you for showing up.
Yeah, we do very much appreciate you for showing up, and we are going to do like this whole live event. We
Mm,
need to just schedule it, figure out when. I don't think this is going to be a good time
probably not.
slot for a live one.
Probably not.
Yeah. Yeah, I think most people are like, yeah, no, in bed, maybe having breakfast, but not interested in being like, tuned in or anything. So,
Mm.
which is okay. You don't have to. That's why we do this, so you can just consume it when you want, not when you know.
We have to cater to our market a little bit. I heard we're huge in Sweden for some reason. No,
Are we
I
really?
don't know.
No, we do have a you know kind of, and I'm guessing because of the community where it started, right? But we have dotted attendance from around the
Really?
world: UK, New
Mm.
Zealand, uh, you know, uh, Asia. But I think something like 60% is from the US.
Mm.
Yeah, which also makes sense. I think just given everything, right? So but yeah, we get people from all over. It's pretty interesting to see the analytics. We don't get a whole lot of analytics. We're not like super huge,
Not
We're,
yet.
we're, we're little fish, big pond. Not yet. Yes, not yet. Someday we'll be huge, one way or another. I don't know.
I got to eat more.
Hmm. Yeah,
More carbs.
gotta start eating. No, no. Let's not do that. That's it once in a while, okay? But yeah, let's not do that. That's crazy talk.
How's your no carb deal going? Is it still you still hanging in there?
Yeah, we were doing really well about it. Well, our oldest is here, and we took time off for vacation, so we're still doing very well about it. But I did order a pizza. I wanted a
One of them
pizza.
huge ones,
Anyway,
the like 32
exactly,
inches or whatever it is.
exactly that. The one that barely fits through the door.
Yeah, that one.
I just had one slice. I've been craving that particular pizza.
Mm.
The just the it's a big big pizza. Like the slice, like a dinner plate, it won't fit all the way on a dinner plate. Like it, just over the size of a dinner plate. So it's big. But the part about that I love is that it gives it that. I like that New York style. The was a Brooklyn style where you fold it in half, right, and eat it like this, because if you can't lift it up, it flops on the other end. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? But the it's still crispy and crunchy, and it's a dang good pizza. It's Rosalino's Pizza. It's in Monroe, North
All
Carolina.
right.
If you ever get a chance, good stuff,
Did they
man.
do it
I
real
mean,
New York
really.
style? They charge you like $10 a slice and tell you you're gonna like it. Forget about it.
No, no, but I mean, for the size of the slice, I think yeah, you probably wouldn't be surprised to see a place, a slice and a soda for ten
Yeah.
bucks.
No, I was watching a
Yeah.
video today. A guy was getting hot dogs from a vendor, and they're $6 a piece. Is that
Oh
like
yeah.
the average price now? We don't really eat out that much, and I don't eat hot dogs, so
I'm like, I cannot recall the last time I ordered a hot dog outside of one
yeah.
place, Costco.
All right. They're like what, a
That's
buck
the only
fifty at
place.
Costco. Yeah,
$1.50
right.
for a hot dog, and it's a good one, and a drink.
Mm.
So
Yeah, I was
yeah,
just surprised. I got two hot dogs and a drink, and it was $14. I don't know.
that seems excessive. But then it's New York, right? I mean,
I don't
yeah,
know where it
we
was.
don't
It may have been
have
like New
that much.
Jersey. I'm not sure. Same difference.
Isn't that the same
Yeah, kind
thing?
of.
What's really the difference? Oh, there's a river.
Maybe the smell.
This is true. Yeah, Jersey has a particular uh, aroma. I think not everywhere though. There's some really beautiful places all around there. You
From
know,
what I've heard, allegedly. I don't know for sure.
allegedly. No, there are. It's not my favorite place. There's too. It's too dense.
Mm.
It's just too dense. I can't. I can't function like
It's
that.
getting that way here. We had some chores to do the other day. We had like three. We had a three stopper day, which is a little bit actually, yeah, three. That's more than I typically like to do when I go out. And I was exhausted. I just had enough of peopling for the day.
Yeah, I understand that.
Mm. Yeah, the drivers. I don't know, man. I don't know if it's just, I don't know. It's getting a little crazy out there. Too much traffic, or they just don't care, or maybe a little combination of both, or maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm just getting old.
I think it's yes, it's all of the
Mm.
above. Multiple choice, all of the above.
Yeah.
No, I feel the same. You, what are you going to do? Move away from people. That's my suggestion, my
Yeah.
recommendation. I don't think people are really meant to live in environments like that. It does help. It did in the past. It was far more helpful. Um, Nowadays, I don't know that there's a real need to be that close to everyone, and I think it just creates a lot of pressure and uh, problems in society. You know what I
Now,
mean?
are you familiar with
Uh,
the those rat utopia experiments?
yeah, I remember. I remember those. Yeah, at some point they get dense enough that they start
Yeah,
killing each
something like
other.
that. Yeah, they
Uh,
don't want to do
yeah,
anything. They don't want to interact. They don't want to
yeah,
reproduce. They don't want to eat. They don't. Yeah, like
yep,
they gave these
yeah,
mice and rats the perfect living conditions, and like it just reached that certain population threshold, and it was just bad news after that until everybody died.
yeah, yep. Yeah, it's an interesting thing. The social experiment is an interesting one to witness.
Mm.
You know,
So I mean, when
some
does
good.
it end for people? Like I mean, it probably reaches that point at some point in time. I guess reaches that level. I don't know.
Well, well, so you've got human nature. You've got a bunch of things at play here, right? Uh, you could argue that in a lot of places it's already reached
I
that
mean, like
point.
New York City's crazy to me, crazy. But
Oh
people
yeah,
like it. They
yeah,
said people love living there. It's just
yeah. And I cannot for the life of me understand that. I just cannot. That to me, that it's insane. I can't understand. Yeah, wanting why I just can't, I don't get it, dude. Why in the hell would you ever want to be surrounded with? But that's a lot of freaking people. That is just so many people. Like you just walk down the street and you're constantly dodging
mm.
people. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
When
It's
I
just
went there, that was like part of the weirdest thing to me. I mean, besides like the buildings are so tall, there's like almost no sunlight coming in. It's like noon, and it feels like you know almost evening time. It's a little weird sensation. But the people, man, like
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. And what's weird is there's a complete distinct difference between like people like to say throw out cities as a reference and kind of make them alike, like Los Angeles and New
Mm,
York. There is such a staggering difference between the two, right? I mean, Los Angeles is a big city, but it's nowhere near the size of New York, and it doesn't have the people in the city proper. It's the size of the actual sprawl, urban sprawl, more than anything else. So it's a little
I
different.
drove through LA once,
But
and that was not a pleasant experience.
yeah, right. Yeah, it's not. I just don't. it, it's draining as well. Like there's no green, there's no nature, there's no, natural beauty. There's planned natural
Mm,
beauty. Like, oh look, we put a park here in the middle of freaking just, you know, probably what 150 miles of urban sprawl in every direction. Not every direction, but well, definitely up and down the coast. Probably not 150 miles inland, but yeah, unless you follow the freeway because it gets kind of bad over the mountain range
right.
right there. So, but it's even there. It's spread. It's crazy. It's insane. I can't. I don't want to live like that.
Mm. Yeah, I was contemplating like maybe shoveling snow in Wyoming's not such a bad idea.
Right. Right. Yeah. That's how it starts. That's exactly how it starts. One day you wake up and you're just like, I'm not doing this anymore,
Mm.
and that's what happens.
Yeah, here Alaska's nice too.
I think it's cool. I would love. I've never been, so that's I had one opportunity and it didn't go through. It was for work.
Mm.
They're going to send me like a really 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 northern part of Alaska for like January or something, into January, beginning of February. I didn't get to go, but also probably thankfully because my budget at the time would have been strained by trying to get parkas and other kinds of gear that is
Right.
essential up there at that time of year.
It's
So,
funny because my wife watches a YouTube show with people from Alaska, and man, when it gets like around 70 degrees up there, they're like, "Man, this is ridiculous!" Like so hot here, like, and they're dying, like like
well,
65, 70. They're like, "Man, this is crazy. The heat's killing us."
oh yeah. Well, I mean, it's the same. Like you guys come up here, and it's probably 15, 20 degrees colder than it
Mm,
is at your
true.
place, and you're cold. You
The
feel
one
it.
thing that
Me,
did surprise me about
t-shirt.
Alaska is the size of it, right? So like when you look on a map, it's it's like down here, and it's like like a little thing, and it's right next to Hawaii.
It's
But if you
huge.
actually put it actual size over a map of the U.S., it's like half the size of the U.S., man, and it's like spread out. It's kind of crazy.
Yep. Yeah, it's a big, big
I mean, like you
state.
think Texas is big, right? Like dude, the first time I went across Texas, I didn't realize how big Texas is. It's like 890 miles across it. It like takes more than a day to get across Texas. But like, I mean,
Yeah,
you could fit a few of them inside Alaska. It's kind of crazy.
yeah. Well, no, you can't fit a few
A
of them,
couple at least.
but yeah. I don't know if it's quite double
You're
the
gonna have to
size,
put the
but
map
it
up
is
and show
huge.
everybody.
It
It
is
is pretty
huge.
big.
Yeah, I will. I will. It's massive.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there are lots of islands and
it's
stuff.
crazy.
I didn't really realize.
Yeah, yeah. It's funny. It's like I've seen. I I've known people that have come over here and done this, and I've also seen YouTubers and
Mm,
stuff that have done as well, coming to the United States from Europe, etc. And yeah, you see it on a map, and you go, okay, yeah, that's big, but then you like get in a car and you start driving, and you keep driving, and like you just said, like you've been driving all day long, you're still in the same
mm-hmm.
state, and there's 49 more of them.
Right.
it's big. It's a lot.
And
It's like when people were like, "Well, what should I go do? What should I see in America?" And it's like, man, what do you like? Desert, snow, very high mountains. Comparatively to Europe, obviously, you're not going to see the same. You've definitely got mountains there. If you want mountains, you want what do you want? You want geographical wonders. You want, beach. You want, I don't know. What do you want?
And right now, the people in Alaska are thinking, like, man, stop talking about our place. Like, we don't want more people here. I mean, they probably have the least population, and
Oh,
they're probably like, stay away from us.
they probably are. But at the same time, look, most people, my understanding is most people that move to Alaska don't end up staying for very
Mm,
long.
a little too
You
much
know,
for
a
him.
couple of years, yeah, a couple of years
Mm,
maybe. It's very, it's got a lot of rural. It's got cities, right? I mean, it's got some sizable cities, but a lot of the lifestyle is very rural, very
right.
remote. Even when you are like apparently near these cities, there's still people out there that literally just
Yeah.
homestead. They're just building their own place. They're just doing their own thing. So it's a bit of a different lifestyle, and then of course the climate. It gets freaking cold there, and very very cold. So yeah, it takes a special kind of a person to be okay living like
Right.
that.
I mean, from the people that I've watched on there, I mean, of course they have their cities too, but most everybody outside of that, I mean, you're going out, you're hunting your own food, you're growing your own food, you're producing your own electricity if that's something that, that you need to live, because you're certainly not
Yeah.
hooking up to a power pole out there.
Well, and I think that's a smaller percentage of the
Hmm.
population in general, right? But again, it's a common thing, right? So you're going to see those people intermingled
Right.
even in areas where there are other homes.
Yeah.
So yeah, the lifestyle is different. It just is. I think it's a pretty cool way of uh, resilience, local resilience. They're very very good about that. You
I
have
mean,
to
it
be.
sounds great on paper to me, except, like I'm a little bit of a procrastinator sometimes, and I'd probably freeze to death because I didn't get enough firewood, or starve to death because I didn't have enough food stockpile. So I don't know that is for me, but I mean, it sounds
I
good.
think you do all right. I think you do all
Maybe
right.
maybe it's a little different if like you have to do something.
It is. And that was pretty bad. I might edit that one out. I might actually put some focus on it, though. That was pretty funny. When I was living up in Northern California, we had wood fired
Mm,
heat in a number of the buildings, and we had to cut at that time. I think we needed 8 cords for
okay.
winter total. Um, and mind you, some of these are bigger, areas like the main house, and the cafeteria had larger wood stoves. If the cafeteria was a barrel stove, actually, a 50-gallon drum. Yeah, worked really well, too well. Um, so I think for a couple of people, you're probably four to six cords, maybe even eight cords, depending on how you manage your fire and how warm you feel you really need something to be. And your stove, obviously, better stove, better efficiency, and
Yeah, our,
so.
our version of heat in Florida is just grab another light blanket, and I mean like light blanket, and then we're good usually. I was actually
Yeah.
looking at the thermostat has an app that tells you how many hours of usage it has, and for 3 years we didn't have any usage of the heat at all. I think last year we used like 16 hours of heat, and that was it.
Jeez, that must be nice. I'm about to run into the 12 to $1,400 a month
Really?
propane bill.
Wow. Yeah, and I'm
Yeah,
not I'm not so much into that part.
it's 3 months, 3 4 months of that. It averages out to about the same. As if we had like natural gas through the house. Well, not nat gas is really cheap, but it would probably cost us about $80,000 to get natural gas run to our
Wow.
house.
Here, I'd be
Yeah,
like, "Hey, babe,
and
just
then
grab 2 blankets. You'll be fine."
it gets a little cold. Yeah, you know that. So, I know you could do it. You'd be okay. I mean, you're not going to freeze to death as long as you can do things right. But
Mm.
yeah, that's not going to be comfy.
It's a little weird when I get up there to visit. It's not too horrible, like but I mean, again, it's not the coldest part of winter either. It's like you're just kind of getting into that cooler weather, I think.
We kind of, the more I've been paying attention, and I know you have too. You know, we watch each other's
Mm,
weather. You know, like good friends do.
of
You know,
course.
hey, I see. You know, it's hotter there than it is
I've
here
seen that.
today.
Yeah.
I get those kinds of messages, and you know, you get them
Mm-hmm.
too. And but interestingly enough, we kind of really track fairly well. But when we get to the winter, we're definitely a lot colder than you. It's not like bad, but you know, we get our cold days, but you had the same cold week, but you were, you know, slightly warmer than us by what, seven
Yeah, not
degrees,
too much.
8 degrees.
But then on the flip, we were you and I were watching this property in Wyoming for a little while that was for sale. That was interesting. And then you look at that thing. I'm like, hey, dude, it's minus 46 over there today.
Right? Yeah.
I'm,
It's
I'm
chilly
not
out.
sure how that would work.
Yeah.
And it's raining.
Well, it's raining. It's not raining. Rain is scared of that kind of temperature. It's just ice cubes, tiny little ice cubes hitting the ground.
Oh man.
You adapt. You get used to it. When I lived on the hog farm again, right? We had times where we had, you know, snow on the ground uh, for, you know, weeks, right? And I'm still up at 4:30 in the morning down at the barn, loading up, you know, the skids with the feed to take over to feed pigs by 5 a.m. You know, get that all done, take care of the rest of the animals, and head on over to the cafeteria by 6 a.m. to, you know, have some
I
chow.
mean,
7 if we did a slaughter
I'm
that
sure
day.
your apparel has a lot to do with it too, because I mean, our idea of winter wear is a pair of Levi's and a long sleeve T-shirt, and like that's the extent
Yeah,
of it.
that is a huge one, right? Like we have also both, you know, overalls and
Mm.
coveralls that are
Oh,
insulated.
okay.
So you're sitting in here, your coveralls. I like my coveralls more than overalls, but they both work. You're sitting here, you're like in your, you know, sweats or whatever, your pajamas, if you wear pajamas, and you just throw that sucker on, zip it up. You go out, take care of whatever you need to, come back in, you're warm as can be. You
Right.
know, take that sucker off, hang it up, and now all the dirt comes, you know, stays at the coveralls.
That's
So
smart.
I mean, yeah, it's actually preferable to work in that as well, as opposed to like 97 degrees, real feels
Oh, you
112.
get used to
And
it, man. It's a nice heat.
nobody likes pounding T-posts in that weather. Nobody. I don't even like sitting on the tractor in that weather, dude.
Mm.
It's hot. It's just
It's
hot.
not the heat; it's the humidity.
No, it's
You have all
not.
those Arizona people saying it's not hot here; it's a dry heat. Yeah.
Dude, I gave it one full year in Arizona, and nope, no, no. And like literally, just and it all have my decision came all inside of a very short period of time.
Mm.
I want to say it was like a week, but it might have been more like, you know, 2 3 weeks. But like the AC went out on the
Oh
house
no.
on a
Oh
Friday. Yeah,
no.
yeah. And it's a record heat wave, right? So literally, you know, I think it was 2 weeks or so where not one single point in time did it ever go below 100 degrees. Like middle of the night, you know, the coolest part of the day, it was still at least 100 degrees or over. And it was so bad. AC went out. And we couldn't get the thing fixed until till
Oh.
Tuesday, the following
Oh
Tuesday.
no.
Yeah, I try. It was so bad. I literally filled the bathtub part way up with water. Okay, cold water, and tried to sleep in the bathtub because I couldn't sleep. You know what I mean? And then driving to work, driving to work, I hear this wee little puff of smoke. Old Chrysler, what the hell was that thing? I don't know. POS is what it was.
No, it was a
I
Dodge.
said
That's your first
Chrysler.
problem.
Right. I said Chrysler, so that's enough, right? The AC belt smoked. I'm on the 10 freeway. It I see one of these billboards. It says 122
Oh
degrees on it.
no.
122. I'm on a freeway. I've got 40 more minutes of traffic.
Roll them windows
Uh,
down.
you would think that is the appropriate response. You would think that. You really would, because it's like sweltering hot. It's just a box of hot.
Was this car old
And
enough
I'm
you had
in
like
it.
the vent windows on the side or no? Oh,
No,
okay.
no. So you roll the windows down, and the next thing you know, you've got like an industrial freaking furnace heater in your face. So you roll them back up, and then you're in a sweat box, and you roll them, and it's just, I cannot believe this is happening. And I kid you not, that same exact day, I parked, I went in, did work, came back, get in my car to leave. On the way home, same freeway, I hear this. What is going on? So I make an exit, pull over, I look, the freaking stripping around the windshield, the glue had melted
Wow.
and the stripping was flopping out. Okay. And that literally is the exact moment I went, no, fuck this place. Absolutely fuck this place.
My story's not
It,
quite that
it is
exciting.
beautiful though. It is beautiful. I will tell you this: there, springtime when the cactus is blooming and things like that. It's a beautiful place. It really is. Just there's about 6 months I want nothing to do. Every
Mm,
year, 6 months I want nothing to do with that place.
yeah. We stayed in Yuma for a little bit. We had ATVs that we rode out there. And dude, it's awesome for that. Those sand dunes are awesome. Then we got back to
Oh
the
yeah,
house, taking showers, and I'm like, man, this water's pretty. I think your hot water, like the faucet's broken, dude, because I got like the cold water on, but it ain't coming out cold. It's hot. And he's like, no, that's how it is. The cold water's hot, and the hot water's even hotter. Like that's how it comes out of the ground. It's already like you don't even need a water heater. Like
mm-hmm.
that's just how it is,
Yeah.
man. And I was wondering, like
Well,
people
because the
had like
ground.
2-inch foam in the windows, and I'm like, what's that for? Like, oh, that's for the
Mhm.
summertime when it gets too too hot.
Yeah, it's no joke. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
you do everything you can. It's so bad. I remember another time, and this was earlier on, like right before all that event, went to the pool, right? I'm like, all right, we got up early, put the cooler together, got some snacks, whatever, and we went to the pool. And it was, I don't know, it was really early, right? 7 a.m., 7:30, something like that. Because the sun, it gets hot real
Mm-hmm.
quick. So you want to go have your fun and be done. Anyway, time at the pool, lottie lottie, and where my house was, there's like the center of the complex area, the condos, townhomes, I guess, center of it where the pool was, and then you've got all your parking lot and all that stuff, and our place was over there. Well, I had forgotten to bring my flip flops. I had no shoes,
Oh,
none. Blacktop
oh
there
no.
is yeah, it's so yeah, here I am running across, I'm just sprinting across this blacktop, and every time my feet touch, it's like, oh, oh,
Psh,
oh, oh,
psh,
oh.
psh, psh. Did you get blisters on your
Yeah.
feet?
I did not, but they hurt. They hurt, definitely. You couldn't, it wouldn't have been, at least with my feet. I mean, if you were someone that was barefoot most of the time, you'd likely be
Mm.
okay, but it would still probably bother you, right? It's that hot. It's pretty bad.
Yeah, no,
Yeah. So the
yeah.
dry, and the other thing is the dry heat. Okay. Look, humidity's got there's pros and cons on each side, right? And there really are. But I have not once gotten a nosebleed, my lips cracking, my knuckles cracking and bleeding from excessive humidity.
Mm. That's true.
But that happens to me every time if I'm in a desert
Mm-hmm.
environment for long enough. I'm screwed, right? I'm going to have those types of problems.
Even when I visit you, I get a little bit of dryness because it's drier up there than it is here for sure.
In the winter,
Yeah, especially when
absolutely,
if you're running the heat
absolutely.
or something like this. We never run the heat, so
Well, if you'd like, I'll turn the heat
you
off.
can.
Yeah, I mean it'll just be 50 degrees in the house
Ooh,
as well as
toasty.
outside. Right, toasty.
Yeah, that dryness is not good if you have guitars. I hear the acoustic guitars.
Mm.
I've never had a problem, but apparently they like to crack. I watch a guy from Canada, and I guess that's a major problem for them every winter. He's like, okay, they're coming in with the cracks.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't surprise me. It's pretty brutal how dry it can
Mm,
be. You know, that harsh winter is a big one because all the moisture just freezes, so it's very
right.
dry. You know,
Yeah, I guess it is. As I keep those probes in the freezer, and it's not very humid in the freezer.
no, no, it's not. What happened to all the moisture? Hmm. Let's see. Yeah, it's. Yeah, I don't know.
We finally got rid of our old freezer chest. I don't know if I said that last time or not. It's
Oh, yeah, I
oh,
think you
okay,
did.
yeah.
Nice, nice. You happy with your transition?
Yeah, no, it's nice. If anything, we get another upright one.
Yeah, I'm, I think we're going to keep our chest. We were going to, well, we are going to keep it. So ours is going to end up just being for the meat
All
goats,
right.
and probably if we when we get the next, we were supposed to get meat goats this year, but I guess it'll be next year. We'll hopefully get another trio of meat goats, and that'll be some good meat for the
Mm.
year.
Yeah, I don't miss digging down around the bottom. Like getting in waist deep and having to take the
Yeah,
stuff out. Every once in a while and doing the thaw out, defrost deal.
defrost.
Yeah, I don't miss any of that stuff.
Yeah, we I think we're just going to. Ours is going to be literally just what comes from here, or maybe some like primal cuts,
Right.
right? Like the Packers cut. Like when we buy ribeyes, we buy the whole side,
Mm.
right? And then just cut the thing because it's cheaper that way. You're not paying for someone else to use a knife, and I happen to know how to use a knife.
You and I had a
So,
discussion the other night. It probably have a whole episode of that. I was asking you about brisket because when we were at
oh
the
yeah,
store, I was looking at the cuts of meat because we stock up every month and try to do everything like do the one shot deal. And the
yeah.
briskets were on sale for dude for the size of meat you get. It seems a lot cheaper than buying the individual cuts for
Well,
sure. I wasn't sure what you can actually do with it.
you can do a surprising amount with it, but it's going to take you
Yeah.
time. That's number one. Number two is you also have to consider that the brisket, unless you're buying a flat, but if you're buying a whole brisket, which personally I recommend, I don't like the flats as much unless I'm getting it for a very specific reason. And the reason is you're going to see the whole brisket is going to be, you're going to be trimming a lot of fat off of
Mm-hmm.
that. But the benefit is you can take all that fat and just keep, as you're trimming it off, throw it into a skillet, like a big cast iron
Mm-hmm.
on low, and just keep throwing it in there and render that stuff down. You can jar that stuff up. That's beef tallow, man. And you just get it clean, and you've got beef tallow for probably the next 3 months of
Nice.
use from one brisket. So, and then you can do things with the point muscle, which is it's the pointy part.
Why do they call it
The
that?
point. You'd be having point.
Why do they call it skirt steak?
Yeah, right. Because it's a
I mean,
hula
we
skirt.
have bought a whole tenderloin and then trimmed that up into fillets. That didn't seem too difficult. This just seems a little bit more intensive to me.
We can do one while you're here if you want.
Yeah, dude, I'd love to do that. If you don't mind, that would be
Yeah,
awesome. I'd love to learn how to do it.
not at all. Not at all. We could grab one and throw one out. Yeah, we'll put it on the pellet so we don't have to
See, I don't have a smoker,
baby.
so like that's going to be another obstacle to jump over.
You can do them
Oh,
in the
okay.
oven. You can also you're just going to not have the smoke flavor, right? Um, and then you can also make pot roast out of
Mm-hmm.
them. They are excellent. You know, throw that grinder up on your meat grinder up on your counter. Take some already made hamburger, or if you're into it, make your own
Mm.
hamburger. Right? Grab whole chuck and throw that in there is one perfect way, and you'll save money on
All
ground
right.
beef. And your ground beef will be safe. Well, depending if you keep your stuff
Yeah.
clean. I know you
Mm.
do. You, I have complete confidence in, like that stuff being very sanitary. But you're getting a safer cut of meat,
I probably can go a
right?
little overboard sometimes. Yeah.
Yeah, but you can 50-50 that chuck with brisket as well,
All
and it
right.
actually is make really good burger. A lot of like steakhouse burger places, they cut it 50-50, or maybe a little less on the brisket, maybe a little more, but it's a good way to do
Mm.
it. Yeah. So you get this multi-use thing, right? And then the point meat, you do that stuff is great. Just uh, low and slow that stuff and cut it into cubes, right? Cut it into little cubes, like, and just season the crap out of it and do low and slow until it starts looking like it's burning.
Okay.
Put a little sauce on that stuff, and let it go until that kind of caramelizes. Whatever, maybe no sauce, right? Just use your rub, and it's so good that way. But that's burnt ends, and they've got the perfect ratio of fat to meat in my eyes. They're very fatty, but it works. And you bite into them, and they're kind of got that bark, that crispy, crunchy outside, and but soft and tender, not like crispy, hard. Just like it's
I'm hungry.
good. Yeah, yeah, that's good stuff. That barbecue
Did
stuff.
I tell you what we've been getting into lately that like I've never had, but now that we've had it, we actually enjoy it. Both of us enjoy it. Is lamb.
Oh yeah, lamb's
Yeah.
great if done right.
Yeah. I mean, I think
If
the
done right.
prep, like because she does all the marinades and stuff. We let it sit overnight, like
Yep.
I don't know, garlic and rosemary and some kind of red wine vinegar, white wine. I don't know, whatever it is she does with it, but it's actually pretty good.
Yeah, lamb is really underrated in my opinion. It's a really tasty, very tender, uh, wonderful meat. It just a lot of people are off put by that kind of uh, gamey kind of meat flavor, right?
Now, what I do have to say about it, I was a little surprised because we bought it at Sam's Club, and I don't know, we've never bought it before, so it comes in like these vacuum packed kind of containers, dude. When you open them up, it's not the most pleasant smell if you're not used to it. I don't know, like so now when we get it, I'm googling like, man, what is like bad lamb smell like? Is this stuff good? I'm like looking on Reddit and everything, and then like it says no, that's normal. It's mostly from the vacuum packing process or whatever. But so when we get it from the store,
Yeah.
she's like, all right, ready for lamb farts in the kitchen because it's got like it's got a unique odor to it, but it tastes excellent. I like it a lot.
Oh yeah. No, absolutely. The French racks
Hmm.
are oh yeah.
What did you call it? Like
They're
meat lollipops or something? Yeah.
yeah, lamb
Hmm.
lollipops. Yep. That's what they are. I mean, they're just like perfect. I mean, they're a little bigger than a single bite, but not by
Right.
much. Grab the bone and eat it like a lollipop.
Yeah, I
Well,
was never really a fan of like bone-in meat, but I'm getting expanding my horizons, I suppose.
bones are awesome because then you've also got your making for stock,
That's true. We have
the
a
bone
ton
broth.
of stock she made in there. Yeah.
Yeah. So you just toss all that stuff in a freezer bag, and
Mm,
when you're ready, toss that whole thing in a pan and roast it up real good. Get that all in your pot, and woo, baby, making some wonderful stuff.
nice.
So yeah, you pay for those bones, but it's better than going buying ancient freezer burned soup bones. Take it fresh off what you ate.
That's very true. Yeah, we
Mhm.
did never follow through with the buying, a quarter cow or whatever. I don't know. It just never really worked out for us.
Yeah, I mean it's a commitment,
Oh,
right?
for
But
sure.
you're certainly going to get it for a much better
Mm-hmm.
price, much better price all the way
I think we
around.
need another freezer.
Um,
It's funny, like you think you get one,
yeah,
man, this one's big, we'll never fill that thing up. Then it gets
you
filled up.
should be able to probably put about a half cow in your freezer if you managed it
Yeah.
correctly. Yeah, but you know that's that's the tough part. You need an empty freezer that's been managed correctly,
Right.
and the freezer is one of those areas that just doesn't get managed that
Not
well
really.
usually.
Not really. So we
Hmm.
still we're getting to the bottom of our broccoli and cauliflower, and we got like one bag of carrots left, and we did they had cherries on sale for like 2.49 a pound, and we decided to buy some of them and freeze a bunch of them, and then they're actually working out pretty well.
Oh,
Mm.
nice, nice.
We
Yeah. What do you just you have those just like a little side like
Yeah, you
bowl
just put them in a
freeze
bowl, let
up
them thaw
thing?
out for 30 minutes, an hour or something. And they're good. We washed them and then pitted them and then froze them. Mm.
Very nice. Yeah, I like cherries
Yeah,
myself. My wife's not as big a
yeah.
fan.
But I mean, for that price, because we were looking, they sell bags of frozen ones, and they were like $14 for a bag.
Oh
And
wow.
you get a couple
Yeah.
pounds in there for that. Do it for less than half the price. I mean, just takes a
Oh
little
yeah, for
time.
sure. Yep. Yeah. Oh, do you like corned beef?
I don't know that I've ever tried it.
Oh, you should try it
Hmm.
sometime. Basically, you can find a recipe out there, but like I like cabbage myself. Really like
I
cabbage.
was never really into
So
cabbage until we tried that too, and I found I enjoy that. So I'll probably like them both.
yeah, yeah, there you go. So the corned beef is basically it's corned. It's corning spices that they kind of marinate this beef in. Now, the one thing I will say is they're very salty, but they're really good. Take those and throw them in, a pot, a big pot of water,
Okay.
and rinse them off real good. Drain the water, do it again, drain the water, and then fill it up with water and leave that sucker in there. Okay. Wait about an hour, come back, rinse and drain. Do that one more time for another hour and rinse and drain. Obviously, it goes in the fridge during
All
all this
right.
time, and then it'll be a lot less salty. I just don't like it as salty. Some people like very salty
Hmm.
things. I'm not a big fan. I like salt. Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to avoid or reduce or limit my salt intake because salt is essential,
Right.
right? But at the same time, it's over for me, for me personally. But anyway, at that point, you essentially just do a crock pot. Just toss that sucker in there with some other, your cabbage and maybe some other stuff, whatever you want.
Use the green cabbage or the like purplish one.
I would use the green because the purple just stains
Oh,
everything,
okay.
turns the water, the broth purple and everything
Yeah.
else. No harm, no
Right.
foul, right? But that's my personal preference is to use green.
Okay.
Yeah, it's really yummy. It's good stuff, and the hot ticket here is you wait until the day after St. Patty's
Mm-hmm.
Day. Go to Walmart. It'll be reduced price on you just grab like 20 of them for like
I
so
might go to
cheap,
Publix. I don't know
and they're
about Walmart.
it's a okay Publix whatever.
I don't want to. I
I
don't
know
want to
I
go to
hate the
jail,
place
man.
too. I hate the place too, but at the same time they have like these really good deals, and this stuff's it's in a freezer wrap package, and because of the way it's brined, it has an extraordinarily long
All right.
life. But after St. Patty's Day, nobody's eating corned
Mm.
beef.
Maybe they
So
should change
now
that.
the
Maybe
other,
people should make it a thing. Is it just like the
well, the
prep
other
is too
take,
long? Is that why that people don't make it?
um, I don't know. It's just like one of those unique flavors. It's probably a lot like why people don't have roasted turkey throughout the
They should.
year.
Roasted
But
turkey's good.
thanks, it
Mm. Do
is.
you still get
But
turkeys? Are they still
Thanksgiving,
flying around, or they take off on you?
oh no,
The
they're here.
the
Yeah,
baby's doing all right.
yeah, both of
All
them. Yeah,
right.
most of them didn't make it, which is as
Mm.
discussed, pretty normal. We don't pen ours up. We don't try and intervene or assist. They lay a clutch. They sit on their clutch. They hatch them out. They take them around the world. We drop feed and water in our regular locations. They make it there. They make it there. And they're not very good at life. They suck at living. Is I guess the way you would say
Hmm.
it. So one of them had hatched out of 14. I think 8 of them hatched out, and now she has
Oh
one.
wow. Okay.
So that's kind of
Is it
typical,
really? Wow.
unfortunately.
All right.
Yeah, we could assist, but the problem is, at least what we've noticed, the birds that we brood and then throw into grow outs and then finally allow out because they fly. They're uh, uh, heritage birds, so they actually can fly quite well, like very, very, very well. Like you have no problem
That's how you get
flying.
turkeys on
They
your
just
roof, I hear.
choose, right. They choose not to, but for the most part, unless they're being, there's a predator. But yeah, those ones don't tend to do as well, and they tend to do stupid things like lay on a clutch, like in a totally exposed area,
Hmm.
and then get eaten by a coyote. Um, you know, little things like that. So the ones that are raised naturally, hatch naturally, raised naturally, and everything else, they also, we give them very little feed. We do put out feed, right, daily, but we don't give them much, and they prefer to go around foraging as opposed to eating the feed. But they will come eat the feed, but it's not. They don't like just pig out on it and just eat all the feed and then
All
go
right.
off. They'll come eat some of the feed and then just go off foraging, and then come back later maybe and eat a little bit more feed. But most of their food is forage.
Hmm. Interesting.
Yeah, and so that's the benefit. And when they're naturally done, we get a lot less of them, but they tend to be smart, and the ones that will lay a clutch and hatch out next year successfully.
Hmm.
Uh, Whereas the brooded ones tend to be stupider, I guess. Just even worse at life.
It's another one of those things, I guess,
Yeah,
after Thanksgiving or whatever, or before maybe, that this turkeys go on sale pretty cheap, but they're probably not the same, I wouldn't think.
it's right after.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can get a really good deal on turkey right
I
after
would think a wild
Thanksgiving.
one would be a little better, maybe a little leaner, I'm sure, but
It's
yeah.
different. It's going to be leaner. It's a little bit tougher.
Mm,
It's not but it's tasty. Yeah, it's definitely tasty. The ones that we raise are really good.
nice.
Really good. The foraging is the
I'm
key
sure it
there.
makes a big
It really
difference.
is.
Yeah.
You know, it does. But you don't get as much meat. Our heritage is not, like even a big tom is not going to produce the kind of meat that you're going to see on, the butterball or
Mm,
whatever.
yeah. I mean, it's good. I know with the
So
chickens, it's kind of crazy. Them things are like fully fat and harvested in what, like 6 weeks, 8 weeks tops.
yeah. Well, it depends, but yeah. And if you get Cornish game hens, just so everyone knows, you can look this up. Cornish game hen is just a really, really, really young chicken.
Really
That's all it is. Yes. I
interesting.
mean, I believe they're using the Cornish variety of
All
chicken, which
right.
is the common variety that you're going to find in almost every supermarket in at least in the U.S. But yeah, it's a really small chicken. It's
I didn't
pretty
know that.
tasty too. Yeah. But and so they charge so much for those
I've
things
never
too.
had it. I've never bought it. I don't know much about it.
it's a it's really cool actually because at the end of the day it turns out that you get your own little mini roasted chicken. It's like a single serving roasted
Is that what it
chicken is
is?
essentially
Wow.
what. Yeah,
We do
yeah.
have one of those Ron Popeil set it and forget it Showtime rotisserie oven things. Just stick it in that thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it'd probably actually turn
We've
out
had that
really
thing
well.
for. ever, probably 25 years. Every time
That's
we go to
cool.
the thrift
That's
store, there's
funny.
always like 10 of them on the shelf or two for some reason. Most of them are brand new, never even used. That guy
Yeah,
suckered so many
yeah.
people into buying them things. I don't. I guess nobody uses it. I think it works pretty good.
I'm sure it probably does. It's just it's one of those things. Do I really need this for this very specific
It takes up
function
a lot of
on my
space though,
counter?
but
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. Like it would be different if it was, you know, a rotisserie thing, but also like a
yeah,
toaster oven, and also, you know what I mean? But like, who's going to take up all that counter space just for a
yeah. We
Really?
use it like once a month, so I mean, I don't know. It was
Yeah.
handed down to us from my wife's mother, so I guess she bought it and we inherited it, and I don't think she ever used it when we got it. But
Yeah, we have you know, we actually have a shelving unit pretty much dedicated to
yeah,
stuff
we have
like
the
that.
same one you have, I think, because that's where we got
Oh,
the
that's right.
idea.
That's right. Yeah. It works so nice
It
cuz
fits in the
you
corner,
know,
and yeah.
yep,
hmm
yeah.
I'm not
Gives
going to
you
show you a
gives a
picture of it because
surprise.
it's full of crap.
Yeah, same. But you know, gives you a surprising amount of space, you know, in an area that was just
Right.
unused. It's like just
You need
dead
one in
space.
every corner.
I almost sometimes it feels like it, you know. And then you look around, you're like, why do I have all this
Right.
crap? Why? What? What is this all intended to be
I
used
think about it
for?
all the time. I'm trying to go through the garage and get rid of crap. Trying. Still working on it.
Yeah.
Actually,
Well, let me know before you get rid of any cool stuff.
you want more? Dude, I'll bring you a load of it.
No, I don't want a load of it. I would just, you know, if there's cool
What
stuff,
do
you
you
never
need? I
know.
probably have
Might be
it.
something I want. What do I need?
I
What
already
do
got
I
rid of like
need?
100
What do I
pounds of
need?
dead weight last year. What can I get rid of this year?
You did, yeah, yeah. Oh, I found the right cart for that thing too.
We're talking about a
I
welder. I
didn't.
brought a welder last year. And yeah.
Yeah, I found a really cool gorilla
Oh,
cart or
nice.
whatever
You're coming up on your
that
12-month
that
anniversary. Have you fired it up yet?
I have not. I have not. You said you were going to
Oh,
give
we
me
can. Yeah,
lessons
we
while
can
you're
do
out
that.
there. That's what you said.
Mm.
And that way you can help me carry it
I had to
down there
get new
too.
batteries for my visor. I went to use
Oh,
it for my
really?
father to weld up something, and yeah, like it didn't work.
Mm. It's just glass.
Yeah,
You're like, oh well,
I'm
whoops,
like, man,
nuts. I
this thing
can't
ain't
see.
changing. Technology is always, leaving you hanging when you really need it.
Technologia.
Yeah, right. Anyway, there's another one on the books. An hour went by pretty fast, huh?
It
It
always
always
does, I
does.
think. I have a fun time doing this. I hope everyone watching us has a fun time listening,
It's
you
like
know?
having them right here
Yeah.
with us.
Hmm.
We hope you feel the same.
It is. Yeah, we should put a date stamp on doing a live episode. What day do you think would work better? Should we do a poll? Should we like ask people?
Sure.
Do you think they'll
No.
respond?
People
Okay,
people
so
are
let's just
shy, I
pick a
think. I
date.
don't know.
They can
They
be
can
maybe.
be.
Yeah,
They don't want to get outed
yeah, but
outed
we should.
on YouTube in the comments section. I think we're going to track them
True,
down
true.
and send them postcards or something.
Yeah, I wonder if we should do it on like what's that other one? Twitch. And
Twitch. What is that? It's
yeah,
like video games, isn't it?
that's like yeah, gaming streamer platform,
Hmm.
etc. But it's pretty good apparently with chat and
I
all
don't
the
like video
goodness.
games.
Uh, well, then that's not going to work, right? When's the last time you played any of those?
It's been a while. These ones, so like I was actually going through like we get like the fake fireplace thing that the TV kind of sits underneath, and I was going through some of the stuff on there, and I actually pulled out the Game Boy Advance that I had in there, and of course the battery was dead, and I got like a
Mm.
like a leather bound book of old games, and I was playing a couple of them the other day, but no, it's been years since I've touched them.
Well, they
Yeah,
look
they look
cool.
great. Yeah.
It is actually kind of a nice little
It's just
background.
handy to keep them on the wall. This thing is actually like a lighting fixture from somebody's kitchen that they gave me that turned sideways with the that they just kind of fit on.
Lighting.
It was like it was like a ceiling light, and it had like a
Yeah,
diffuser
like
on the front of it.
a
It
fluorescent
was a
type
big
of
fluorescent light.
a
Yep.
box. Okay, I know what you're
Yep.
talking about. So it's the box that sits up into the ceiling.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty cool. Did you cut it out and put it in? Is
No,
it in the
they
wall or
they
is
were
it?
throwing it out because they got a new light. I mean, it weighs a ton. It's all like real wood, and I'm like, hey, if I turn that sideways, I bet all those games would fit on there.
And look,
Then they do, surprisingly enough. But
they
it's
do.
easier to put them on the wall and hang them there than having them sit in boxes and stuff.
Yeah. So how many of them did not fit on there?
No, they're all on there. I had a bunch
Okay.
of
So
doubles and stuff at some
here's,
time that
here,
I did get rid of.
okay, because here's where I was going with that. Knowing you, and the chances are you either had too many, so you had to get rid of
Well, I
some,
had to
or
build
you had
another little addendum one there.
see, there it is. And I was going to say, or you didn't have enough, and then you had to go obtain
Yeah.
more to make it
I
perfect,
got
right?
close to getting them all. I mean, it was
Did
yeah.
you? Like all of the games ever
Yeah,
created for that?
for North America, yeah. I mean, but that dude,
What
that
are you
was
going to
like
open
20 years ago plus.
you're
They were affordable then.
waiting for you're waiting for GameStop to go out of business, and you're going to open up
Dude, I used to
shop, right?
love
Game rental.
GameStop. I like
Mm.
so they had it like they had a bin in the front. They would just toss them
Yep.
all in because like nobody at that time was even interested in them. And I had a job I was transporting, like people around, and like I could stop at all of them like in my spare time. I actually liked it. It was more the hunt than anything. I had a little like
The
because
collectibles.
I didn't have
Yeah.
like smartphones weren't a thing back then, so I had a little paper book that I printed up online. I like shrunk it down, and I had like I thumbed through it, and I had a highlighter on which ones I had. I mean, most of them I could remember, but I'd have to double check. That's when I didn't have the book. That's how I ended up with a lot of double ones. But they were good for
Wow.
trade fodder for other people and stuff.
Yeah,
But
that's pretty
I
cool.
never paid much for them, and now they're like kind of stupid the money they want for them. It's just
Well, now you have
yeah,
them all.
almost not. I mean, some of them are stupid expensive. Yeah,
Really?
like stupid.
Like hundreds or thousands?
There's some out there like they had one. I don't know if you remember that movie with like Fred Savage, like the I forget the wizard or something. So
Mm.
they had this thing called the Nintendo World Championships where they had kids competing and whatever, and the winners were given this special cartridge as like a prize. That thing is I don't know what the latest, probably 25,000, maybe 30 or 40, something like that.
Sure.
I mean,
Sure. Yeah, this goes back to the whole thing we were talking about last session, right?
yeah.
Scarcity,
I mean,
right?
back when I started, like I used to see them on eBay. They were like $1,500, and I'm like, man, $1,500 for a stupid Nintendo game? Like that's stupid.
And now you're like,
Yeah,
dope.
right. Exactly.
But you didn't know. It could have gone the
It could
opposite
have.
way too.
It could have.
But retro stuff in any little niche is going to have, some following, you know?
I thought
So,
about sell. I
I,
thought
I
about
and
selling them. I
yeah,
just honestly, dude, just dealing with people online, like eBay's ridiculous now. I'm not dealing with eBay. I used to do a lot on eBay,
yeah,
but now there's so many scammers on there. People say,
on
"Oh, I never
every
got my
platform.
item," or they'll return you used crap that isn't even what you sent them, and eBay kind of always sides with the buyer. And I'm not into it.
Yeah, yeah. The only way to really do that is probably find some kind of a collectibles show or
Yeah,
something, and deal with it like through an auction house type
all
of a
right.
thing.
But in the meantime,
But
they're
then
not
they're going to
hurting
get you.
anything just sitting up there.
They, like I said, I think they look pretty
Yeah.
cool. Hey, What do you think? Drop a comment. Like, let us know. Should LX do something with those, or should he keep them? That's like almost every single Nintendo cartridge made
Almost. And you know what the
in
crazy
the
thing about
US.
them? The expensive ones, not the rare ones, they're the crappiest games ever. Like they're garbage. Like you don't even want to play them. They're
Yeah.
rare, like not for a good reason. They're rare because they suck.
Yeah, they came out and just flopped so
They
bad
never
they
sold any
stopped
of them, right?
production. Yeah, but again, we go back to scarcity,
Mm-hmm.
right? That's
Yeah.
why. Because they didn't make enough of them to make them, you know,
For the
less,
most part, there's a couple
more
exceptions, but
available.
yeah, for the most part, all the expensive games are total trash.
Yeah, which makes sense. And there's also, I don't know, like there's some nostalgia around like old crappy
I think
games.
that's a
Like
lot of
just
it.
I just want to play
Yeah.
that. Yeah, I want to play that old crappy
Mm-hmm.
game. And you look at it and you go, "Yeah, this is crappy," but you know what? It's a fun game, but
All
it's
right.
crappy. It's hard to not be crappy, right? I mean, you look at what technology has done over just such a really short period of time. You just go back to like, you know, uh, look at some '70s movies. Look at what they got. Go put on some sci-fi, fantasy, horror, anything like that has special effects, and then throw on something from today, and it's like, well, with exceptions, obviously, there's still a lot of B movies created, especially in the horror genre, but that's also a thing. I think like they want campy, crappy movies, so it is what it
You know
is.
what I saw the other day? They're doing now. They're re-releasing VHS cassettes.
Oh, you're kidding
Nope,
me.
they have a special edition of what was the first one? Escape from New York. Was that the first one? Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
So
yeah.
they have
This,
a
yes,
VHS
edition.
re-release of that for collectors or whatever you want to call it. But the funny part about it is nobody's really mass producing VHS cassettes anymore.
Right.
So
Or players.
right, so the guy he's like, man, this cassette tape looks kind of long. It's longer than the movie, and at the end of it's got like 40 minutes of extra tape. Back in the day when they were making these things, they'd cut the tape exactly where it was, and so what they were doing, they actually re-recorded over a Green Acres compilation cassette. They must have found them sitting in a warehouse or something, and then
Oh,
re-recorded over that, and then put it in a new, shell. It's kind of crazy, but and then they charge people $90 or whatever for it, and call it a day.
oh yeah. Yeah. Well, when they're not mass producing them anymore, they're hard commodity to
Yeah.
find. And and you've got to consider the speed of actually making
Mm-hmm.
one, right? All of that
Well,
stuff.
right. Instead of like mass dubbing, hundreds at a time, they're probably doing it one by one now. On like
Oh,
y-
I'm sure they still have some old media
you
rooms
think
around where
that
they
that
can,
stuff still exists?
clone them. Oh yeah, they'll be able to clone them. Like clone, like I actually growing up, I had a friend, and his dad ended up getting busted for this, but he worked in the film industry, and he had like a cloning
No, all
setup,
right.
and he was bootlegging movies on like actual production
Oh,
quality
okay.
because he worked in the industry, so he had access to them, and he was cloning them off, and then I guess selling them. I don't know. I don't know the whole story, but that I remember he had this wall of VHS stuff, and it was for cloning. You put in the source, and it would clone it off to like
Oh,
20 of
all
these
right.
things or
Wow.
something. Yeah. So I'm sure they still do that kind of a thing. I doubt it's one at a
I
time.
don't know, man.
Otherwise,
It just
they'd be like $1,000 each if that was the
yeah.
case, just for the time required. The manual attention too. But and who knows? They probably have like jukeboxes, like old tape libraries for data protection. You can walk in and they have a little robot arm that's like, oh, eject, put that in the port and give me a new one, put it in here while
I'd
they're
be
all,
curious to know. Yeah.
finishing. Yeah. My guess is they do. interesting. Old technology is kind of cool too. You know, I mean, I like it.
There's certain niche markets that are hanging on to that. You know, a certain percentage of people are into that stuff.
Well, I saw this meme the other day, and I won't be able to repeat it word for word, but you know, something to the effect of, "I miss the days when you would buy a product, plug it in, turn it on, and it freaking worked. You didn't have to download an app, do a subscription, sign into a cloud account, and you know all this other crap to make what you just purchased actually function."
Well, that's the
You
great
know,
thing
and
about
I mean,
these,
we're
dude.
not.
40 years later, you're not having to, you know, get a new license to run it. You don't have to download any
Right.
content.
Right? You don't have to download the Steam app and, you know, subscribe and put in your loyalty points and
Mm-hmm.
all that crap.
I mean,
Yeah.
these games now,
It's
you don't really
cool.
even own them. I mean, for a
Mm.
lot of the people,
Well,
they just buy a downloadable version, and you don't even own it. You're just renting a license for it.
that's apparently a thing.
Mm.
Yeah, and it sucks. I mean, it's so bad now. You even your cars, right? I don't know if you saw this, but Volkswagen wants to charge $22 a month to tune up your car. Like here, you bought your Volkswagen, okay, great, and you're gonna have like the 140 horses, and they're like, well, you sold it as a 200 horsepower car. They're like, oh yeah, if you want that extra 60 horsepower, it's $22 a month.
We've talked about BMWs before. They all come with heat seaters or seat heaters, but
Heat seaters,
yeah, right. They all come with
I like
heated
that one
seats,
better.
but you have to pay the monthly subscription to use it.
What the fuck? What is wrong with us as a society? Why do we tolerate this absolute
You get a
idiocy?
free trial for it, and then you got to pay monthly for it.
Hmm.
Everything is going to the
No,
subscription model, and it's ridiculous.
I can somewhat see some kind of a subscription model if you're on one of those like Teslas or something, just because of the fact that they get constant software
Right.
updates. Okay, but for your seat heaters, are you or for the extra horse? It's not extra. I bought the damn car. It's the freaking car's horsepower.
Mm,
Screw yourself. It's not extra.
yeah.
What are you're going to get light bulbs next, and you're going to go turn it on, and it's going to be like super dim. You're going to be like, "What in the fuck?" And then you're going to be like, "Well, you need to subscribe to our service to get the extra wattage out of your light bulb." Go fuck yourself. Honestly, sorry, that shit just pisses me off.
Car feature subscriptions. Put that on the list.
Yeah, well, it's like Amazon, you know, Prime. Like it's one of the streaming services we like to
Mm-hmm.
use. And then you know you'll be, oh, that looks like a cool show. Let me go. Oh, you need to subscribe to this service to watch that show. It's like, I'm already paying you, you f wads. Why am I watching my cussing now? I don't know. It just seemed appropriate, but like, what the what, you know? No, I don't want. It's just it's too much. It's all subscription all the time. That's how they want to make, they, here we go. Here we go. You know, this Klaus Schwab jackass. You know, you'll own nothing, and you'll be happy. You know, they want our life to essentially be subscription. They want to tokenize your money and have it expire. No, listen to that carefully. This is
Mm.
an actual thing. It's like not like some crazy cuckoo conspiracy theory. This is, you can go look it up. There are articles and mainstream outlets on this. They have a plan where they want to have money expire. So if you don't consume or spend your money in a timely fashion, it expires.
I've
No,
heard
you don't
that.
get it back. It's
Mm.
gone.
Or if they want to like keep you in a geo fence where you can only use it in a certain area,
Right? Right?
or for
Or
what you can
reduce
use
the
it on.
value. Right, reduce the value, or put caps on
Mm.
spending. There's some wacky ass planning from some wacky ass people in my eyes. The worst part is though, these people will, they will get stuff like this to happen. They will boil the frog, and the frog will not notice it. Hell, most people can't even remember the stuff that they were outraged about last year.
Well, once us old contrary old men die, and nobody wants to do anything about it anymore, I'm sure they'll have their way. They're setting it up for the next generation, I guess. I don't know.
It's what it seems like, man. It's been the constant that I've noticed. It's you get these wacky ideas. I mean, I don't like people don't understand. Younger people don't understand. There are literal movements and protests and huge outrage over the idea of having a $1 trillion debt at the U.S. There are literally songs, anti-flag, $1 trillion.
I don't think a lot of people realize how big that actually is, that number.
Dude, it's massive. It's beyond.
I mean, you could say that it's massive. I just don't think, like you should put up some graphics or something to just show exactly how big that. I mean, it's almost hard to perceive in your brain how much money that is.
Yeah, I'll see if I can't find that. It is there is a really good YouTube video. It's older, so it doesn't hit our current national debt, which is just mind-boggling. But they put them in pallets, right? $100 bills, and they show you like kind of like a stack, and then a pallet, and a pallet is like $1 million, and then they stack pallets to come up to $1 billion, and then they stack them, on like a football field, and then they go to like $1 trillion, and next thing you know, you got like a freaking skyscraper of $1 million pallets stacked on top of each
mental,
other,
right?
And you, to put this in perspective, you really have to like go to a city, stand next to a skyscraper, and imagine that being nothing but $100 bills stacked. And that's like $1 trillion. And we have 37 of those freaking skyscrapers as our national debt. It's beyond, it's insane. It's absolutely insane.
It is insane. With that, I think we probably should wrap it up.
We should end here.
You need a little like a graphic to put like tinfoil hats on our heads while we're doing that stuff. Or maybe we should just put one on before we get into that stuff.
Ding ding ding, tinfoil hat on. No, it's insane, right? So but the thing about it is these things come over time. This is a long game. It always is. It always has been. Right? They know they're not going to put out some, weird stuff and have society just accept it. What you'll see is you'll start to see the idea being proposed in like sci-fi movies. You'll see it in, whatever. You'll see it start to come out in movies. You'll see articles about it. You'll see it being talked about. And then they'll slowly make a change. Right? And people will be like, and then it'll die down, because outrage always does, because literally they just move you on to the next outrage. And people just freaking forget about the last one. They just do.
Or like, if you get too outraged, they'll just get you turned on to something else for a week and you'll forget all about it.
Well, exactly. That's it. It's just the outrage conveyor belt. Right? And so, you never really end up being as, I guess, pissed off as you should be about all this stuff, because you're just constantly in a state of, well, I got to be outraged about this particular item now, right? And then move you on to the next one and the next one and the next one, and eventually you forget about that one that you were outraged about, because now you're outraged about something else. You don't have time to be outraged about everything, but you should be. You should be. My eyes, anyway. You really should be. You should be like, what in the absolute fuck is this all about? It's ridiculous.
Fair enough.
Yeah. That whole thing, man. Why can't we just have stuff that you plug it in, turn it on, and it's working? I don't want an app. I don't want this. the restaurant. Remember we went to the restaurant? Were you there at Shima?
Yeah.
And they brought out the freaking
Yeah.
pad, and I'm like, hey, I don't want this
All
thing.
right.
And they're like, what do you mean? And I'm like, I don't want an iPad for this. I don't want a QR code to scan to look at your menu on
They
my
had that at
phone.
that other place, didn't they? Or is that just the wine
They did,
menu
and
or something?
it was just the
All
wine
right.
menu. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, they did, but it was just the wine menu. I don't like that stuff.
Oh,
You
I
know what I
got one
mean?
for you. Kohl's, right? So, we happen to, well, they take Amazon returns. So, like, we returned something from Amazon. We decided to walk around, look at
Do they
shoes,
really?
right? There's no price tags
They
on the shelf for shoes. You have to
what?
download an app and scan the
Oh,
QR code on the shelf to find out how much they are.
so they can data mine you. If you take some time and look through the terms of service on that little freaking
Mm-hmm.
app, I bet you it's grabbing a lot of
I mean,
good
I
info
didn't
about you.
participate for, I don't have a phone for starters. And, I told my wife she's not participating in that, but, that was the end of that.
Yeah,
Like, they're not selling any shoes to me, obviously. So I
yeah,
just thought it was
yeah.
kind of an odd choice on their part.
Yeah, that's where I would just become a major pain in someone's ass. I would just go grab someone. I'm gonna eat up all your time right now because I detest this.
Mm,
But I'm not putting an app on my phone, and I want to buy shoes. So I kind of like these. Can you tell me what the
right?
price is? Oh, cool. Do you have those in my size? Oh, all right. Well, can we check these too? And I just start checking like 50 frickin' pairs of shoes.
Mm.
I'm just going to eat up your associates' time. You think this is going to make it better for your store? No, I'm going to eat your people's time up. I'm going to make it unprofitable for you to continue this silliness.
Don't even get me started on the self checkout stuff. But anyway,
Yeah, I refuse.
you
I'm just
can't
like, yeah,
like
no.
I did refuse. So like we went to Home Depot, right, to get some plumbing stuff. They have 0 registers with people at them.
What?
0. They corral you down this little path, and then they have like 20 registers. They're all self checkout. And then they got 2 people standing there, and I'm like, "Is there anybody to help me check out?" And then she gets like all huffy, right? Like, "Well, most people can do it by themselves." And
Well, I don't fucking work
I'm like,
here.
"All
So
right, well,
you can do the
that's
job
great. Can I get
of
somebody to help
checking
me?"
me out.
And so she kind of like huffs and puffs over there and does it, and I'm like, so you instead of just running one register, they get you running like 20 now. So do they pay you, for running 20 registers? And that's when she throws like well, most people can do it themselves. They don't need help. And I'm like,
Yeah.
really, dude? I did all
Do, do you enjoy being employed? Because the further we go down this automation route, and the more you push it, the less likely it is you'll have a
yeah.
job.
I
So,
mean,
let's think about this one a little bit.
in my head, I was thinking some really nasty stuff, but on the outside, I was like, just smiling, and I just wanted to get out of there. Anyway,
Yeah,
that's it. We really got to wrap it up because I want to keep going all day on this stuff.
yeah. No, that would be terrible. It would be hard to come up with content. Not.
Mm,
All right. Well, hey, thank you everybody for giving us a little bit of your time today. We hope you enjoyed it. Give us a thumbs up. Give us a thumbs down if you didn't enjoy it. Leave a comment. Come on, man, comment. Put some comments in there. Say
please.
something. Just type nonsense in there. Even I don't care. Just put a comment in. Say hey. Remember, you can find us on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Podcast Addict, X, and now on Telegram. On Telegram, you can get on there. You can chat with us. You can also download the episode and have it with you. So if you want to watch it, on an iPad or whatever you want, you can do that without needing, to have an ad. Or we probably don't have ads, but YouTube has ads. Whether we have ads or not is beyond, that's not a thing. So yeah, anyway, you can find us all over the place. Come find us. We're fun. We're also going to do a live show, and we're going to do giveaways on the live show somehow. We're going to figure it out. And we don't know when we're going to do this live show, but I'm guessing it won't be too long from now. And we also have Jeremy coming back. He's going to update his gear a little bit so that better quality comes across, which is pretty awesome. Um, and we have more raw milk as well. Yeah, tune back
Nice.
in. You'll enjoy it. I think. Maybe not. Yeah, tell us if you do or don't. All right. Wherever you are, whenever you're listening to this, have an amazing day.
See you, everybody. Have a good one.